Basically, who am I? 6 years. I was an IT specialist in the Army National Guard. Now I write tweets for a living. So for inbound leads, it's really three content pillars. And this is kind of what I use for both myself and all of my clients. Kind of use the same three core strategies when it comes to content and inbound leads. So number one, so you want to provide like a nauseating amount of value for free. And JK kind of summed it up really well in a recent tweet. He basically said, highly recommended, a free lead magnet with an unreasonable amount of value, give everything away for free. What that means is you are giving away almost the exact frameworks and strategies that you are giving for your service, and you're giving them away for free. Package them up into a Google Doc, a Notion, whatever, and send it out as an auto DM. And this works really well for me specifically. And these are just some examples that I've done. I created these really long, drawn out swipe files for both LinkedIn and Twitter. And I just gave them away for free as auto DMs. And what that is I'm literally giving away people all of the tweet frameworks and models and swipe files that I use to write the content for them. And I'm doing that knowing beforehand that my target audience is founders and CEOs, 6 and 7 figure guys who aren't even going to have the time to implement this. So I'm just giving it away for free. Just kind of, it's more of a competence proving tweet, but it's also an auto DM. So it's kind of a tactic that you can use. You're providing all the value up front and showing that you know what you're talking about. And in return, you're going to get inbound leads. Now, actually, this is just, I threw this in here last minute. It's funny. I did an auto DM with my client last week that got 1,000 leads. It was a VSL value video just on the framework of their offer. And it got 1,000 retweets, which was 1,000 people watching their VSL, which turned into 1,000 leads, which is really sick. And this is just an example of an inbound lead that I got from my auto DM. This was just the other day. Gave away my LinkedIn swipe file. He's like, wow, appreciate it. I'll keep an eye on it. And then he just kind of led into asking me how much I've written and stuff like that. I actually have a call with this guy on Monday. So that's number one. Number two, you want to do relentless flexing. And I think people are getting bored of just platitudes and the average guy. Everyone wants to work with the best. I think Twitter's gotten a lot more competitive. And I think it's just getting old. And there's only one way for them to know you're the best. And that's by actually saying you're the best. So these are just some examples of me kind of humble flexing testimonials. You want to show the results you're getting, say you're the best, put it on the timeline. There's really only one way for people to know what you're doing and how good you are at doing it. And that's by actually putting it on the TL. So these are more competence proving and testimonial tweets, and they're great for inbound. And this is, again, from this past week, another person reached out. He's like, yo, Marco, saw you're doing Twitter bits. He's from London, by the way. And he was like, oh, saw you're doing great. This was right after my confidence proving tweet. Once again, I booked a call with this guy. So these are two really good examples of inbound lead tweets that you can put out. And this is also, side note, is you should be following the weekly checklist. I think it was Peyton that just said like, oh, need to get back to the basics. Yes, that weekly checklist is still phenomenal. Because if you're posting 2 of these humble brag, confidence proving tweets a week, plus an auto DM, plus 2 threads with auto plugs, it's so overpowered. You'll be getting inbound leads every week, guaranteed. Whoa, skip to the end. Number 3, and that's call to actions. And there's a lot of different kinds of call to actions that we'll go over. But again, if you don't know, or you don't know if you don't ask. So you're getting new followers every single day, and not everybody that follows you is seeing every tweet you make. So it's important to know that, I'm going to go to this one, you will get bored of your message before your audience does. So keep repeating yourself. Like, here's a great example. LB, who's in this group, posts this almost, I would say, like 2 or 3 times a week. Hey guys, just 3 spots open for my ghostwriting services. Only 5 retweets, right? He has 170,000 followers. The reason you're posting that 2 to 3 times a week is because you want to just keep hitting your audience over and over again with the fact that you have this service and it's available and that people can reach out to you. Another tactic is auto plugs, which you guys should know about, especially if you're using Tweet Hunter. I set mine to about 100 likes. Whatever your average likes is, just kind of put it on the higher end and have your offer set as an auto plug to the end of all your threads and all your tweets. And then one more thing that I like to do with my clients, which I couldn't find an example other than my client. I didn't want to put my client's tweets in here, but layer your CTAs inside of your extra long threads. So if you have threads that are like, I would say greater than 10 to 12 tweets, you should be having 2 CTAs in there. 1 is the auto plug, and 2 would be the 6th or 7th tweet. And I highly recommend using those layered CTAs, which is just multiple CTAs, especially in threads that are proving what you do. So if you're an email guy and you're writing a thread about email marketing, layer a CTA on like tweet 6 or 7, like, hey, by the way, I do email marketing for companies, reach out to me. And then you can continue, especially if it's a really long tweet. Because a lot of people don't make it to that last tweet. So it's important to do it. And then put it all together. Use all the moves you've learned for CTAs. Here's a good example of Ryan. It's a humble flex, but it's also a CTA. He's saying, hey, we're the best at what we do. By the way, DM me and you can get some info. So you're kind of putting together the confidence proving tweet and the CTA. And there's another one of JK doing it. It's a testimonial and it's a CTA. Hey, like, here's a testimonial. That's literally me. And then, by the way, shoot me a DM if you want to be like this guy. So just mix it up. You shouldn't be running out of ideas for call to actions, humble brags, testimonials, etc. And again, you will get bored of your message before your audience does. Keep repeating yourself. Make sure every follower you have and acquire knows your offer exists. This is important because for me, for example, I have 3,000 followers last week. Now I have 3,600 followers. Those 600 new people didn't see all the tweets that I've tweeted for the past 4 months. So now I just need to repeat the message to the new 600 people that could be potential leads. So keep repeating your message. You're going to get bored of it before they do. And use all of these different types of content.